Parents Virtual Summit, the long-awaited Parents Virtual Summit. I'm so excited. I'm elated. I want to welcome each and every one of you. I'm honored as we embark on this journey that holds the key to shaping our children's future. Today, we gather here not only as individuals invested in the growth and well-being of our children, but we're also here as pioneers in a world driven by technology and entrepreneurship. The theme for this year's event is future-proofing your child while tech and entrepreneurship education is essential for their success. It resonates deeply with the challenges and opportunities our children will face in an ever-evolving landscape of the 21st century. What is the future? Future is the one that you create. It's a set of all the moments that are yet to come. It will be a time when the world looks different from today. Now, and of course, if it looks different from today, you're going to ask yourself, can anyone then predict the future exactly? No one can predict the future exactly. But there are two things that we know, that this future is going to be different and it must be rooted in today's world. Which means that what happens today is what bets the future that we call for. Throughout this summit, we will be joined by remarkable individuals who have not only embraced the power of technology and entrepreneurship, but have thrived in its embrace. We have Joshua Agboola, whose awe-inspiring journey reminds us all that age is not a barrier to greatness, and our children's potential knows no bounds. And of course, we have a very esteemed guest, Uchenna Nodim, whose entrepreneurial ventures has redefined success and reshaped industries. His insights will guide us through the possibilities that lie ahead and show us how entrepreneurship can be a catalyst for change and a source of fulfillment for our children. On that note, let this summit begin.
I started my venture into tech at the age of 6. But the other day back when I was still small, I love music a lot. I loved singing. That now inspired my parents to now get me a keyboard, because okay, since he loves music, why don't we get him a keyboard so that he can be able to sing and be able to play the piano together? And that starting of playing the piano actually helped in my speedy finger skills. When you could type on the keyboard, and when you're writing program, you're writing code, when you're developing, that speedy finger skills all stemmed from the first time I was playing the keyboard. When I was 6, my parents actually sent me to Genius Academy, but it wasn't planned because my sister was going to the school, my elder sister, but they could not just leave me at home. And that's where it all started. They first thought that he's too young, because I was 6, and I wouldn't be able to comprehend these things. My dad and I said that they create their own curriculum for me, or their own space for me. And that's how it all started. And that's when I started learning the fundamentals of programming at the age of 6. I first started as a scratch. I started doing as a scratch kid, doing all those scratch stuff. My parents felt that I was a bit advanced for that, so they took me to the higher class, which when I started teaching web development. And I did there for a while, but my parents said, okay, let's homeschool him in tech, and let's teach him tech. So they brought me from the program, and I started learning tech at home, working on some projects. That was when I developed my first website. I think at the age of 9. So that's when I developed my first website, and the website for my school.
Wow.
And also my sister's website. I got to a point where I was creating so many games. I found a formula. I don't think I still remember that formula till now. But I was creating like several JavaScript games, like in a day. They were developed using CSS and JavaScript. I don't think I was able to achieve anything. All of this if I did not get into technology. It has given me the opportunity to share my knowledge and to be able to come up here and inspire other kids who, if they are given the right opportunities, they can even do what I've done or even better than what I've done. And it all boils down to opportunity. There's a lot of talent in this world that is undiscovered, and so many kids that have hidden potential have not been discovered to reach their full potential. And I won't be here if I wasn't given the opportunity to learn coding in the first place. Any interest that your child has, be it tech or art, always try to nurture it, always try to support it. Also, another thing that is being out thinking that's one asset that has even brought me here. Not just thinking about the conventional things like okay, go to school, then we finish school, you go to university. Okay, what other skills can you carry along with you on this journey? Tech can only elevate if it's used in the right way. It can only elevate your child. The ultimate goal of academics, the ultimate goal of taking your child to school is for you to build a successful future for them. And tech is a big enabler for doing that. And I have to encourage my parents because they are outspoken and outlying parents, they were not like conventional parents, and they said, okay, what can we do that's out of the ordinary to prepare this prepare for the future? As I said, future proofing your child, prepare for the future.
Understand Joshua's story from music. It all started from music. From seeing that he had interest in music, got him a keyboard, and getting the keyboard led to him being able to use the actual keyboard for computer, and that evolved into being a tech skill. Tech skill, which was nurtured, now brought about who you're seeing today, and several strategic support by the parents. Even when it failed, they definitely supported. That's amazing. I'm going to bring up Joshua's dad to say something very quickly.
People give Joshua different labels, some people say prodigy, some say genius, all those labels. We thank God for those labels as evidence of what we've done over the years. But this same kind of result can be replicated with most kids. I don't think what we've done is a miracle in a sense. Yes, we understand the miraculous, we understand the dimension of God helping us along the line. But I think this can be replicated with other children. And that is why we are pushing Joshua to the front to say, see, kids can do more, and parents can provide an enabling environment for kids to do more. If you want to be top 1% in your field, start early. Technology is defining the future. While we are very grateful with what the educators are doing in school, but school is leaving a gap. It's not doing enough to prepare our children for that tech future that's going to be very pervasive. So we parents have the responsibilities to supplement their education, right, and make sure they are future ready, for what is to come. That's why we are proud to associate with schools like Tech Skool, because we know you are in the business of helping to give this supplement for everything your children are going to do, whether they love music, whether they love art, whether they love sports. They cannot run away from tech right now. Tech it holds everything. So don't say, oh, my child is just an artist, or my child is just is interested in music. It does not need technology. Oh, sorry, you are making a mistake, because technology is already taking away the job of musicians, and it's the musicians that are getting on the bus of technology that are now reaping the benefits. So we thought out of the box. We thought without the box, right? And we have these results so far. And we believe that there are more results for the future. So if we have to go this route, we will go it again, and probably better, based on the lessons learned so far.
By what you've shared already, you've not just picked technical skills, your life has also improved as a person. Your thinking as a person has also improved. Look at, you're able to come in front of parents from all around the world to speak and deliver an amazing fireside chat. And you've spoken at several other events. And I can only imagine, you're just 13, what would the future look like for you? Thank you so much, Joshua. Thank you so much, Mr. Agboola, for this amazing session. This next fireside chat we're going to be getting into, it's going to be parents get ready to be blown away. Our second guest for tonight, Mr. Uchenna Nodim.
Tech happened to me by chance. Originally, I didn't plan to do tech. I didn't know better to even choose. Also for starters, I grew up in the village, so not like we had opportunity to see a lot of that. As a matter of fact, my intention was to become a professor by the age of 32. That was what I was had towards. Yeah. So when I was choosing my course, I had interest in courses around engineering, but also I like to be a businessman, right? So I started researching and thinking about courses that can help me hone my business skills. And that's how economics came around. I'm like, yeah, I would really like to know how money works and how to really build great businesses. So I decided to study pure economics. In second year, I found out that just halfway into the semester, I finished reading all my books. So I wanted to do so much more, right? So one day I was just going for my afternoon classes, and I stumbled on people learning software development, and I was marveled by how people within the same university where I'm studying are putting together softwares that run on a computer. I was completely blown away. I was like, really, this is how softwares are being made? Like I just stopped reading and was listening to what they were saying in the class. So halfway into the class, I approached one of the students. I'm like, I would like to be part of this class. How can I get in? What is the requirements and all of that? So they told me. So instantly, I joined the class for software development. I didn't have a computer, so I would usually borrow my sister's laptop and use it to attend classes, and also use it to try my hands on a couple of things. And it was a fantastic journey for me. I really enjoyed learning, so I couldn't stop. So every night I would want to practice and every single thing. So then I didn't have a laptop, right? So my mom now saw how eager I was about the thing. I was talking about how I want to hustle, try different things. I even wanted to start working, doing manual level to raise money to get a laptop.
Wow.
So one day I think towards the end of the month, she told me that she was going to get me a laptop. And as at that time, her salary was around 85,000 naira or so.
Wow.
So she received her salary and she took 80,000 naira from that money and gave it to me to go and buy a laptop. And that was how I got my first laptop, and that changed the game for me. So the first software I built, which was the software that helps to compute student CGPA, in the like when you're graduating, right? I mean, usually in our department, calculating your CGPA and getting your result out is a manual process. So anytime we go to the department to get our result, they usually tell us that exam officer is not available. We'll have to wait for him to come and sort out our results. So for me, that whole process is very, very tedious for someone to be doing manually. So I thought about how I can actually build a software to solve that problem. That was when I realized the power that I have gotten with tech. I wasn't so good at then, I was still very rusty. But the fact that I know that I can actually build a software for that was really insightful. It was the beginning of knowing that tech was a superpower. So I embarked on the journey. I started building the software. I really wanted it to be used to compute my own CGPA. So I went back to the drawing board. I started working again. I built version 3. And the version 3 was extremely good. It solved the problem perfectly well. So I went back to the school authorities. I told them that the software is ready. It can solve the problem. So on one eventful end of the year, in December, I've already traveled to the village for the Xmas celebration. So I got a call from the result officer that they need to submit the final results for people that are graduating in the next 4 days. And they have not done anything. And the Senate has mandated that if they don't bring it, none of the students are going for NYSC that year from our department. That they need my help, that should bring that software. Wow. So immediately I entered the road and I arrived for that court, and I showed them the software, told them how the thing is going to work. They gave me all the result files in Excel, and I uploaded everything. In like 2 days, the entire result was ready to be submitted to the Senate. Also, what happened was that in our department, for the last 15 years, there has never been a first class student. That year that software was used, 3 persons graduated with first class.
Wow.
Yeah, that's when I knew that like tech is actually a superpower to create real change in our society. So I knew that this was exactly what I want to commit my life to, because it gives me the power to really create real change. So fast forward, outside the university, we grew out, we left, and then we started hustling and started building multiple softwares until in 2019 we saw, that was the rise of Bitcoin and the rest. I think that's when it really got popular. So we looked at the ecosystem. We now found out there was a lot of gap. The already existing platforms were really expensive. They were not so user friendly. We thought that we could do something really different, and that's how Roku was bettered. As you already mentioned, Roku has 1.6 million users today, and is operational in 36 countries across the globe. So we started that in 2019, and that is still functional. That is ability to create larger change. That's exactly what we've done. It's the most used crypto platform in Nigeria at the moment. In 2021, we realized that we can also do bigger change in the banking industry. And that's actually what led me to found Raven Bank in 2021. I think it's the fastest growing fintech app that has ever been launched in Nigeria. We grew to 100,000 users in roughly 3 months. The adoption rate was incredible. And we've seen the impact that we've made so far. And we still have a lot of innovation that we are bringing to the financial space, which in the next couple of years, it will become a norm. And then people will get used to the new way of transacting or interacting with their money on a daily basis. They'll be like, oh, this is so cool. But it all starts from the need to create something different, to make something different. That's why I'm so excited to be here today, sharing a little bit of my journey. I'm so happy. I just hope that in the end, it just gets to inspire someone and also encourage some parents to encourage their kids. If you think about how I said I stumbled onto people learning software development, I now joined in, and that's how I became a software engineer today. If I didn't stumble on that class, perhaps I might not be here. That's one event. Maybe my mom didn't get me a laptop. I probably wouldn't have been able to practice longer hours to master the thing and even get more interested in it, and that it will now become a career for me. And I got here today. So if I didn't have that, obviously, I probably wouldn't have been here today. I mean, that has to be said.
You see, your story is similar to mine. When you said your mom paid for your laptop, right? My mom didn't pay for my own. She gave me her own. In fact, she didn't have any choice. She had to leave it for me because I was always with the laptop.
Always borrowing it. I can imagine.
I was always with the laptop. She just had to leave the laptop for me. She sacrificed her own learning, her own comfort, her whatever, for me just to have that. And I kid you not, she's gotten the benefit, and she's still getting even more benefits for tomorrow. These are examples of what happens when we start early.
Technology as it is not an end in itself. It's a means to an end. So literally any career at all can be supercharged by tech. Be it that you're a musician, we can supercharge your music with tech. I can tell you how you can apply tech to almost anything. If you're a medical doctor, you can also supercharge your medical whatever with tech. If you're a lawyer, you can supercharge your law with tech. So tech cuts across every single walks of life. So just like when you're sent to school, you study mathematics. Why do we study maths in school? Let me even put it, why do we study biology in school? Like, why do we study biology? Why do we study maths? Why do they even teach English in school? Like, that is how tech's supposed to be. It's supposed to be part of what we learn to become better people. And I think that parents these days to take the advantage, because the need for having tech knowledge is no longer something that you are not aware of. These days, the information is almost everywhere. There was no conference like this encouraging parents to send their kids to tech school. So things are way different now. I don't see any reason why parents that have the opportunity to have gotten exposed to the importance of this thing, not to push their kids to have that knowledge. Kids are very smart. For me, I feel like that superpower, every single kid in 21st century should have that, and parents should encourage them and push them towards that direction.
The good thing is that this is also one place where if your child has that advantage, they can start with almost nothing, but their determination, self-motivation, and that thing that they know they want to solve. So they can start with almost nothing, and then of course we call it 0 to 1. Just look at Uchenna today, from 0 to 1. His story has been, and in fact, he embodies what it truly means to be an entrepreneur. Look, I said in his introduction that he's married. He's not just some people. When we talk about tech people, some parents, because of maybe limited understanding, think that no, these ones, their eye is not good. They are maybe the ones that we're calling Yahoo boys, or they are the ones that will be chasing women around, or they are the ones that they're not doing anything with their life. They're going to have a very boring life. Yeah. But look at him. He's married. He has a child, and he's even going even deeper, far deeper. You've heard the story and even more of what he's doing. So it's an amazing opportunity for you as a parent to change the course of the life of your child. Don't do the conventional things. Do unconventional things. Support your children beyond even your own understanding. Support them, give them what they need, and thank God for platforms like Tech Skool, of course, that's going to help you provide structured learning experiences for the children. Everything is structured. It's not a thing of say coding and robotics. Come, let us do coding and robotics. There's a structured learning and approach to what we're doing. And then to top it up, we added entrepreneurship as a course as well. In fact, we even have one of the pitch of one of our students from last year's Tech Summer on our YouTube channel. He pitched his business idea. In fact, if you listen to this business idea, I was blown away when I was listening to this speech. All right. Yes. So, and that is exactly what we're doing, because not just giving them tech skills and also entrepreneurship, because not all people that are tech savvy right now are who Uchenna is or have attained the success he has. Some of them are maybe currently working in XYZ company as a software developer, as a creative designer or something. But, this is what Uchenna is doing for himself. And it's because of also the fusion of entrepreneurship. We talked about earlier on that he received this funding from Antonio Demeli Foundation and several other funding that has come after them. It's because of the fusion of entrepreneurship. What is money? How does money work? How does life work? That is what entrepreneurship tells you about finances, economy, all those things. And that is what we bring into, brings a holistic learning for your children. So we're encouraging you to enroll. You want to make sure that you are securing a winning future for your child. So it's been an amazing time with you, Uchenna. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for coming and inspiring us all.